Hi, it's Mrs. Ratcliffe here, and today we're going to be talking about a thing called the order of operations, okay? What it is, basically, is a set of rules that tell us what order we're going to do along a math problem. So, for example, you've got a problem like this: 5 times 2 squared plus 3 minus 1. If you do it in different orders, so if you do it left to right, you get a different answer than if you do multiplication first or you do subtraction first. You get different answers. So then it's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Which is correct? So you can see that the mathematics world needed to agree that there had to be a set of rules about the way we do it, what order we do it in, so that we always know which is the correct answer. Okay, and that's what the order of operations is. So let's have a look. What is the correct order? Well, this is what they came up with. This is what they agreed as the order of operations. They said, first thing you're going to do is the brackets. Okay? You sometimes will see parentheses. That's just the American term for brackets. Still means the thing in these guys right there. So we've got 1 plus 1 inside the brackets. You would do that one first. Okay? So that's the first one, brackets or parentheses. The second one, exponents, like we've just been speaking about. Sometimes you see it written as other. I don't think that's appropriate for a middle school. I think that's a junior school thing that they might do when they don't want to explain what exponents is. In big school, we're going to call them exponents. So that's E exponents. For example, 2 squared. You would do that second in your order of operations. Or if there's no brackets, you would do it first, obviously. Okay, and then third, you're going to do multiplication or division, any. And you're doing it from left to right. Okay, so if there's 3 times 4 divided by 2, you're going to do the 3 times 4 first, and then you're going to divide it by 2 next. So you're going left to right, whichever comes first, multiplication or division. Okay, a lot of people mess that up. They think it's got to be one and then the other. So multiplication or division, left to right. Last, you're going to do addition or subtraction, and again, it's left to right. So in this example, 5 plus 1 minus 2. You're going to do 5 plus 1 first, and then minus 2 next, left to right, in what order they come. Okay? So you can see here I've underlined the beginnings of certain words, and that's because people use this as a way of helping them remember the order of operations. So for example, you see BEMDAS or BEDMAS, or you see PEDMAS or PEMDAS or PODMAS or whatever. You see a lot of these different acronyms. I guess my advice to you on that, use them, but don't be confused by them. So you see all these different acronyms, don't be confused. Pick one that is going to help you remember the order of operations. Once you're comfortable with that one, just stick with that one and don't worry about the other ones. Okay, there's lots out there. You don't need to have 5. It's just meant as a tool to help you remember. So use it and go with it. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. Here's one. So we've got 2 plus 3 times 2 squared minus 4 times 1. Gee whiz, that's a long problem. How do we start it first? Whew, thank goodness we have the order of operations. So we're going to start with, I'm going to say PEMDAS. So we're going to start with parentheses or BEMDAS for brackets. That's here. 2 plus 3, so we're going to do that one first. 2 plus 3 is 5. So I would suggest that while we're getting used to this, we rewrite the problem. Okay? So 5 times 2 squared minus 4 times 1. Next is A for exponents. So that's what we're going to do next. So that's going to be 5 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. So 5 times 4 minus 4 times 1. Okay. Next in our acronym is multiplication or division, left to right. So we're going to go here. We can do all the multiplication at the same time in this instance. So we've got 20 minus 4 times 1, which is 4. Okay? And last is addition or subtraction, left to right. Well, we've only got this last addition or subtraction problem. So our answer is going to be 16. Okay, so the answer to this whole problem, 2 plus 3 times 2 squared minus 4 times 1 is 16. That's the answer. Okay, while it looks really daunting and complicated and scary, when you look at it up here, if you break it down into little chunks, it's actually all stuff that you guys can do. No problem. Okay, let's look at one more example. Okay, so we've got 5 squared minus 3 plus 2 times 2 plus 1 times 5. Whew, that's a long one. So we're going to start with our brackets for BEMDAS or BEDMAS. Okay, so we've got our brackets first. So we've got 5 squared minus 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 times 2 plus 1 times 5. Okay, next is E for exponents. So we're going to square our 5 next. 5 times 5, or 5 squared, is 25, minus 5 times 2 plus 1 times 5. Okay, next in our acronym, we've got M for multiplication. So we're going to do those next. So we're going to do 5 times 2 next. So that's 25 minus 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 5 times 1, which is 5. Okay, see how that would have been a different thing if I subtracted first there? Okay, you got to be really careful with that. It's pretty tempting to take that 5 away from the 20, but we have to do our multiplication first, which is these guys. Okay, now we've got 25 minus 10 plus 5. Remember, the last bit of our acronym, A and S, is addition or subtraction left to right. So we're going to do that now. 25 take away 10 is 15 plus 5 equals 20. And the answer to this big, long, complicated problem is 20. I hope that has explained to you what the order of operations is and explained to you how to use BEDMAS or BOMDAS or whatever acronym you choose to help you remember the order of operations. And I hope it's given you some confidence to tackle really big, long problems like this. Okay, good luck.